Hey there, LBC 48 fans and members. So when we first started this podcast, we were going to try to bring some attention to local LBC talent and members, people associated with amateur boxing, anything that brought more attention to the sport of amateur boxing. Now I was fortunate enough to speak with a bright young man out of Tucson Southwest, Jesus Woozie Armenta. And he was able to come in here and kind of go over his experience with amateur boxing and other things like that. We just had a conversation. During that conversation, though, he did tell me about a show coming up, a professional show, not an amateur. We didn't know when that professional show was, so I told him I would look it up and put it at the beginning of the show. That show that he was talking about is in Tucson. It's at the Casino del Sol, Saturday, June 20th, and that is on the official schedule. And like I said, it's a professional show, not amateurs. Now, that same day, just to let you know, if you're out of the Phoenix area, there is a show that same day, June 20th, at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix as well. So there's a show in Phoenix and there's a show in Tucson. So if you're in the Tucson area or the Phoenix area that day, please check out these professional shows and show these athletes your support. And just to reiterate, there is a show on June 6th at Reyes Boxing Gym. I think it's being put on by Hidalgo, but I'm not sure. Either way, there's an amateur event June 6th in Tucson, Arizona. I believe that the doors open at 12 and the first bout's at 1. I could be mistaken. Please look that up and verify. But here is my interview with Jesus Woozie Armenta. Hey there, LBC fans. Welcome back to another episode of the Ranch Boxing Podcast. And this time we're doing the LBC edition. If you can believe it, man, I got my first interview with local talent here, local amateur boxer, Jesus Woozie Armenta, straight out of Tucson, man. How you doing, Jesus? What's up?
Good yourself.
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know what, man? Thanks a lot for doing this interview because you're, like I said, you're my first one. I've been trying to do this podcast thing just a little bit here and there, trying to help the LBC out, trying to help out Tucson, amateur boxing in general, USA boxing, trying to get them extra attention. I want attention on the boxing game that you've been a part of for a long time, man. So I really want to thank you for coming through and doing this thing in person, doing it live, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate that too. I think when we went to that one fight, you invited me at first, and then after I was like, you know what? What's the? I'm not risking nothing, so let's just try it out. And
yeah,
I'm happy I'm here. I am happy I'm here.
No, I'm glad you came through, man. And for just to put some light on that, so we were at a you were competing at a local show in Phoenix, I believe it was.
Yeah, I was in Phoenix.
And I was officiating. And I was walking around. Now I went up to you and I said, "Hey, man, I asked you if you would be interested in doing an interview, and you said you were down, you were cool with it, which I really appreciate. And it wasn't just random. I seen you before. I seen you around. I remember you when I first started a couple years ago reffing here in Arizona. I got back into USA boxing, and I seen you, and you were real respectable, man.
Yeah.
I know you're probably a little bit younger back then, but real respectful. Real nice, kind of outgoing-ish a little bit, and I thought that would be good. And a couple years later, you're still in the game, so I'm like, I'll ask Jesus, man, because he always seems like he's a nice kid.
Yeah.
And I was really happy that you said yes, because no joke, dude. Other people like adults and stuff like that. Like I know you're an adult, but what I'm saying is that older people, man, you wouldn't think that they'd be a little nervous or whatever. Nah, man, they're not there. I guess I'm nervous, or I don't know. For some reason, they're just not down. I mean, there's nothing.
Wow, some people actually say no to something like this.
Yeah, man, they're just not interested. I guess I don't know, man. People put themselves on Instagram all the time and Facebook. I don't know the difference. Maybe because it's somewhat formatted, but then again, did you have an idea what this is gonna be like?
I kind of figured, but I didn't think it was gonna be like this nice of a setup. I thought it was gonna be more just camera and just action,
like a phone.
Yeah, just basically it.
Yeah,
this is way more really nice. This is a really good setup.
Cool, man. I appreciate that. So, yeah, man. Well, you know what? Let's get a little bit more into your boxing thing. Now we got that over with. Yeah. We're getting the jitters out. I know I was a little nervous. I've done this. I've done some podcasting a little bit, but I still, local people here. We don't really know each other. People we're not we don't hang out or anything like that. So it's not like I know who you are or anything like that. So, all right, let's talk about amateur boxing. But when did you start boxing? When was the first time you went to a gym?
The first time I went to a gym, I think it was maybe I was a sophomore. I just got done with football. And so my cousin and I had a lot of family members in boxing, so it was always just in my blood to box.
Yeah.
But it was never something that I took lead when I was little. Well, actually, when I was actually really little, my dad tried putting me in, but I was too little for any coaches to really take me in. I was only, I think, like 3.
Oh, okay.
And at the time, no one really wanted to coach me. But then once they saw me like throwing punches and stuff, they started all wanting to like coach me. And then from there, I just stopped. I don't know what happened when I was littler. But then from there, then I went to Reyes when I was a sophomore.
Okay. So you started at Reyes.
Yeah, I started at Reyes for like a month, but they're more just focused on their fighters already, like their prospects. And so I kind of like got distance because I would like ask questions and stuff like that. Like, hey, can you guys help me with this? And they were just too focused on, you know? And so I just pushed away and I went to Southwest.
Yeah.
And I just felt that love, that family. So I just stayed with them. And that's when I seen my coach after 2 months and I stuck with him. And yeah, it just, from there, just took off.
Who's your coach right now, man?
His name is Pedro.
Okay.
Yeah, he used to train MMA. He had a couple pro. He took a couple MMA to like championships or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I don't know. In MMA, I don't know what they're called, but world titles, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Same thing. But yeah. And he started coaching me at first. It was like kind of like the Karate Kid, like just like honestly, like I was just throwing my jab, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Like, you know what? I'm not doing this no more. And I'll talk to my mom like, I don't want to train with this coach no more. He's all he's doing is telling me to jab, and then like for maybe like a whole month straight, I was just doing my jab and my cross. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this no more. I would just want to spar already. And then he got me in to spar, and I did so bad. Once like my energy went out, like once I lost my air, I started doing spins. Like literally, I was just like, I'll throw a punch and then I'll just turn around and walk away.
Okay.
And then I'll try going back in. It was a good experience, but you know, it looked bad on me. But he put me in there because I wanted to be in there.
Yeah, I think you had to know.
Yeah, but it was worth it. It was fully worth it. And from there, then that's when I started seeing like slowly progress, and I just stuck with him. I stuck with him all the way through, because then he started showing me my picks. This is one like a thing that he started like showing me. It's like when like you keep both your hands up,
Right.
and let's say if you throw a jab, then you just catch it instead of like slipping all the time because you waste a lot more energy. It helped me so much. That was like one of the best things, like that and the jab. And I'm still working on my jab at this moment.
Oh yeah, never stop working on it, man. All the time. It's the most important. It's the most important punch.
Yeah, but I feel like that's what maybe triggered me was my coach. He's probably like the other motivation and what pushes me. Cause I feel like a coach really does have a part in it.
Oh yeah, big part.
If you don't have a good coach behind you, it's gonna be a little hard for you to want to stick to it. You know what I mean? And yeah, we're like super close. Like he goes to my like party events, and we're always just like this. So he speaks the truth. Whenever he says like I'm doing bad, he just says it how it is. Maybe a little too, but that's what a coach is.
Yeah, man. They're the you want honesty, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. They should be sugarcoated. I mean, there's all kinds of coaches out there, man. I've seen them. I guess whatever kind of coach works best for you. Some of them are a little bit more. They sugarcoat things. Well, I would say most boxing coaches, or especially competition coaches, they don't, man. It's a whole different world from the gym to competition.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, sugarcoating the truth isn't really going to help you out too much when you're in the, you're in the middle of a bout and stuff like that. Yeah, man. So you said you played football.
Yeah, I used to play football. Matter of fact, I started with basketball.
Okay.
That was actually my first sport. I always been athletic. That was like, even when I was little, I would just play tag. And I was just always like the fastest kid, like they wouldn't catch, like stuff like that. And then I thought I was going to be in the NBA, just like a normal kid did,
right.
You know what I mean? And then from there, I went to high school and I joined football and took off from there. And then that's where I started getting like more physical, more. I had to do more weight training, more running, more sprints. It was a different type of competitive. And then from there, then I did wrestling.
Okay.
And that was even different.
Right.
It was way more different. I feel like wrestling is one of the top sports.
It's a hard sport, man.
Yeah, I never liked it just because I don't like the touchiness, like the way they
Yeah.
grab on each other or like the shorts and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is for sure. Like just the way their drills are, the way they work is just different. I threw up, I think, one time. I threw up one time, and then after that, then I went to baseball, and baseball was honestly one of my also favorite sports. It was more like just more chill,
Right.
but after that, then I went back to football. I was gonna stay with football. When I started thinking, it didn't like fill me up. You know, it's just me tackling people and just like, okay, you know, but I wanted something knowing that I achieved by myself.
Right.
And not by a team. You know what I mean? Like not as a team as in like a coach and stuff like that, just as a team, like I had to count on other players to make
Right.
me win. You know, I want to just be just me. If I fail, I failed. Like not a team. And I always knew I was gonna be a boxer. I figured, you know what I mean, like just from me like being little, I always had it in me. Like everyone always told me, like, you're gonna be a fighter. You're gonna
Right.
be a fighter. But I never really took it in until I went to the gym and just me. First time I got punched in the face was I was like, okay, I'm sticking to this. Cause it's either two things. It's gonna push you out of the gym or it's gonna push you more into it.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
I agree.
it for sure pushed me a lot more in.
You almost have to get you got to get used to it, but you almost have to like it sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
Well, I mean, not mean like getting hit.
Oh,
like
yeah,
getting,
yeah. You gotta. You're not supposed to love it, you know. But
yeah.
you know, sometimes a good punch will put you on your butt, and it would get you to think, and it would really put you back into it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm in sparring, man, it's like I can't almost get started until I got to get hit. Like, oh,
Yeah,
like,
you're
oh,
like, okay,
there it is. There it is. Like, you got to
go.
feel it. You got to. I got to feel. I got to remember what I'm trying not to let happen. Almost.
Yeah.
And no, I feel you there, man. It's it's a strange thing. And when I do like other trade, I've told like other people, like, you can't be scared to get hit, but you can't just let it go either.
Yeah.
But you got to know you can't let whatever's happening in your face, you know, either the pain or your face feels like it's on fire.
Yeah.
You can't let that just think you think that you're about to die or something like that. You got to just be like, okay, I know what this is, and I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna get through it, move on, and or change things up so that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. So do you think you said you started when you were a sophomore in high school?
Yeah, I was a sophomore. I went to Reyes, like I was saying, and I don't know, it just didn't feel as comfortable, you know. I just didn't feel welcome.
Right.
And a couple coaches like noticed me, and they tried telling like the head coach there, like, hey, like he has it, like put him with the other kids, like not as in sparring, but just training and like, getting used to that experience. But I guess he just never took an eye.
I mean, I think that happens sometimes, especially in a gym like Reyes. I don't know how it was back then. I know it's big. They got a lot of people.
Yeah, they do.
So I mean, it does happen. I think sometimes when you join a large
large
team,
gym,
or a large gym, you can get lost in what's going on in that gym. I mean, it does happen. I mean, I think it happens sometimes in the professional ranks, man. Someone goes somewhere and they just get lost, or maybe it's just not the right fit.
Yeah,
I understand that. I've seen that.
Yeah,
you know, it's probably even happened, you know, to me once. So like in when I used to coach in Cali, I'm sure that's probably happened. We probably didn't notice a kid that probably was going to be, you know, had something, but we just didn't notice it. I mean, it's the way it goes.
Yeah, it just happens. It's no personal, you know, feeling where I'm like, oh, I don't like this gym no more, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, I prefer it the way it happened, because now I got my coach and it's all the way perfect for me. I love everything that's going on right now.
Yeah, things happen for a reason, man.
Exactly.
Good. So you were so you had some athletic ability, and you had some
format.
Yeah, you had like a background in sports, I should say.
Yeah.
And so and you still have, you were kind of like, oh, it was a little bit tough to start in boxing.
I would say I was a little more like stiff. I'm still stiff to this day. I still get like tense. Like I don't know. Maybe it's because of football, but I do overthink a lot. You know, like how we're speaking on it right now. Try not to get hit, but sometimes it's okay to get hit. You know.
Yeah.
I still struggle on that part because I throw a lot of jabs, but then I wouldn't want them to like get close to me.
Okay.
You know, and I struggle on that because, like, for instance, like Shakur.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, Shakur Stevenson.
For people who don't know, we
Yeah.
try to make the show for everywhere. Shakur Stevenson, current 140-pound champion, just beat
Yeah.
Teofimo Lopez. Go ahead.
Exactly. Yep. And if you notice, the type of fighter like him, he just throws his jab and he gets away, and
Yeah.
he makes it look beautiful. You know, and not a lot of people know how he does it or why he does it, but that's not easy to do. What he
it's
does,
not, man.
you know, it's not. But sometimes it looks boring, you know, when you see he's just throwing a jab and just stepping away or circling, you know. But if you really know technique, that's where you want to be right there. And that's why I was trying to head to, but I started figuring like I don't want to be a type of fighter like that. Not technique wise, yes, but I do want to bang it out sometimes, like, you know, kind of like Terrence Crawford.
Okay, yeah.
And now he's, you know, he's a technician now. He's like one of the top tiers, you know, where he could throw that jab and just keep his distance, but sometimes he's like, you know what? He just stays right in the middle and he's like, bah, 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 bah.
Yeah.
And that's where I want to be, like that, you know, like even if he gets punched one time, he just wiggles it off and goes back to what he got to do. And I feel like that's one thing I am struggling on, but I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning on that part.
Yeah, you're always learning, man. All these battles you do as an amateur, man, it's all practice pretty much to get to where you go, man, professional or not, whatever. Yeah, whatever people want out of it, but it's I think people put a lot of emphasis on winning and losing, and in the amateurs, man, I think it's all experience. I mean, you can say win or loss, you know, winning or losing, but it's all experience, man. And sometimes losing is the best experience.
Exactly. That's
if you're gonna do it now.
Yeah, that's exactly how I see it. Well, yeah, even my coach in the beginning when I first started like competing for my first couple fights, we're fighting at my walk around weight, and which I still do. It's either my walk around weight or heavier than my walk around weight. I never really fought anyone smaller than my walk around weight, but only for the thought that he told me was there's no point of losing that much weight in the amateurs unless like you're getting ready. Like as of right now, we don't need to lose weight because all we're doing is just fighting amateurs and getting that experience by trying to fight people that actually know and actually box.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if we lose, we lose. But if we win, we take that in and like see why we won, you know, or when we lose.
Right.
But there's a lot of fights I thought, I'm like, no, I don't think I'm gonna be able to fight this one right here. And he's like, no, we're fighting it. And yeah, and we will fight and we'll win. We'll win. And I'm just like, I'll be surprised sometimes. But it's because he's my coach. He's the one that's supposed to make me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He's the one that knows my mistakes, knows where I can lose at, and knows where I can win at. And that's why I feel like he's just a great coach in general, just because of that. But
that's good. I think that's smart, man, because there's no point in cutting a whole bunch of weight right now in the amateurs. And actually, a lot of Olympic fighters fight in a higher weight class in the Olympics or the amateurs, and then they drop when they go to when they go pro and stuff like that. I think you don't need to be putting your body through that at this point. Even though you're young, it's still that's a lot of damage to your body and stuff like that. I mean, if you're gonna do it when you're getting paid, I guess.
Exactly. Actually, yeah, that's exactly how my coach thinks. And right now, it's just like was like that one fight that we went that you were there.
Yeah.
I weighed in with pants on and with my phone and my keys and change and a sandwich.
Right.
One of those sandwiches they had right there. And, I put that in my pocket just to weigh in. And I still weighed in less just to fight for that fight because my guy pulled out.
Okay.
So I ended up fighting,
You were looking for some competition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we ended up fighting that guy, which I think he was like 140 something. But it was an experience for me because what I did wrong was when I was tired, I still tried banging with him.
Okay.
And that wasn't the right move. But I want to fight him again though for sure.
What do you feel comfortable at?
I feel comfortable at 132.
132.
I feel comfortable at 132 or 130. Like right now I'm at 138 because I got food poisoning and I was just out, and I thought I was gonna lose weight, but I ended up gaining weight. I don't know how that worked, but
neither do I, man. I've gotten food poisoning a couple of times, and
you lose weight.
I dropped like 15.
Yeah,
I think the last time I did drop like 15 pounds.
And I don't know what happened, but now I got to lose it all. I'll have a fight on this Saturday coming.
This is the one here in Tucson.
Yeah, the one here in Tucson.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna ask if you were gonna try to get into that one. That's good. You got that pre-matched?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, my coach just tells me I have a fight, and I just leave it at that. I don't really.
Yeah, let them handle it.
Yeah, he just told me I'm fighting at 132, max 132. So I only gotta lose a couple pounds, so I'm not really worried. But I usually walk around 132. That's I'm a little like,
you're growing too, man.
Yeah, but we'll see how it goes. So I don't really worry about that. I don't really care. It doesn't really.
No, man, you just show up and do your thing. Let them do their thing. Yeah. That's why I say, man, let coaches do the coaching. Let them do the managing of the competition, and you do your thing, man. No, that's smart. So, how about young fighters out there, man? How about young guys in the amateurs, or trying to get into the amateurs, or maybe trying to get into a gym, or trying to get into competition? Because sometimes I think people have the wrong idea about boxing, man. Like they think day one, and let's say they don't have a background like you, where you were already in high school. Let's say you're a 10-year-old kid, and you don't really know exactly what the kid has right now. What would you tell kids about going into a gym like for the first time and really never really done anything? You think that's frustrating for them? It could be frustrating for them, or like even people who are like you're 16 when you went in or something like that.
It's always gonna be frustrating. Boxing is the number one hardest sport, in my opinion. Anything that's physical and fighting wise, it's always gonna be hard.
Right.
Just running it's hard. Being dedicated is hard. And just jump roping is not easy. That's hard. Like you gotta have good timing.
Right.
It's not just jump. You gotta jump at the right time and get that flow in. But it feels so good knowing when you weren't good at it and then you get it down.
Right.
It's a different type of feeling. That's why even if you don't even stick with boxing, it just shows you a good format to never give up on what you're gonna go to. You know what I mean? Like a job opportunity that you get, even if you're not the best, you can always become the best. You know what I mean? And you're not gonna give up. And that's how I see boxing right now. I'm never gonna give up on boxing. That's like, it's not even in my thought.
Yeah.
But for other people that just want to start it off, or any sport in general, it just helps you build that competitive and wanting to be the best, and it just shows you a different type of look. And boxing I feel like is the best part or best sport to go through, in my opinion. Yeah.
What would you say to kids like that have that idea, like they want to get in the gym and they just, they don't get to hit a bag for a little bit?
Oh yeah.
And like they think day one. Yeah, everyone has this. I know adults that had this idea in their head, like, I'm gonna go join a gym, or I'm gonna go take some training, and day one I'm gonna be sparring.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you? I mean, it's kind of like a wake up call. I can tell people all day that's just not the way it works. But I'm the coach, and sometimes I think people want me to like they think I'm just trying to hold them back or something.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
What would you say to people like that, man? Like, what is it going to be like when you go to the gym, first time, you don't know anything about boxing? Maybe you're a decent athlete at that point. Maybe you got a little bit of dexterity, some balance. But what would you tell them? Like, how's it going to be?
That's exactly how I thought when I was,
That's what I'm saying.
when I began, because I was athletic, and, I put gloves on here and there before boxing, and I always do good. I always be like, whoa, like he could be a good boxer. So I always had that little ego in me, or actually big ego, that was just like, you know what, I'm gonna go into boxing, just go through everyone. And I went, And I just working on my jab, and I was just like, what the heck? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like,
What is this? This is ridiculous.
yeah,
I know
and I'm
how to
just
throw
like,
this.
yeah, I already know how to do everything. Like, what's going on? You know, and once he threw me in, I finally understood like this is a whole different type of level. And then I'm always getting that like that same look. Like it's a different type of level every single time. Like in the beginning, it was just against like a beginning amateur, and then an amateur, and then a national, and then an
Yeah.
Olympic, and then like you're always getting a better look. And it's like, damn, there's always gonna be a next level.
Yeah, they're all
You know, and for someone that first comes in as a beginner, it's like you gotta leave the ego at the door, and that's what we have posted up on the wall.
Yeah, Tucson South.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it says leave your ego at the door. Don't walk in with it because it's just gonna beat you up. You know, because either our coaches are gonna say no, you're not gonna do it because of this and this and that, or one day they might not feel it and they're gonna be like, you know what, get in, see what happens. And just gonna get hit with a body shot or something, you know, and it's dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, this is not a sport. You know, they say it's a sport, but any boxer, they know it's really not a sport.
Yeah, you get to that point. I think you know that if you don't take this seriously, it's I mean, I guess you get out what you put in.
Exactly.
But you got to put in quite a bit just to get to the point where you're in any kind of competition or even like sparring, man. Like that's a tough balance for a coach, man. Knowing when to put someone in and know like if I saw you, I'd be like, okay, this kid wants to start sparring now. You probably had enough athletic ability. He knew you weren't going to get hurt, but he knew like you got to learn. You got to know what your fight, you know, what you're going to do, like why you got to learn all these things. Mm-hmm. And that's a balance right there. That's smart coaches won't throw someone in before they're ready. But you know, they got to teach teach lessons somehow. Sometimes those lessons are hard.
Exactly.
No, I think they did you right like that. Yeah. It's not easy, man. Some people will go in there, fall apart.
Exactly. And then they walk straight out that door. You know?
All the time. All the time, man. Yeah. Like, you know, you put someone through something that's not that difficult, or it's not supposed to be difficult. It's a workout, or you hit them a little bit like that. You give them a little tap, just to kind of like this is where you at. But you got to push. You got to level up.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes people are just like, nope, I didn't like that at all. Mm-hmm. Like I got hit in the face, and it's not for me now. No matter how their progress is.
Yeah.
It does happen. I understand that. You know, like when you coach, it's a
like
balancing act.
Yeah, it's like parenting. You know, sometimes you know you just, you know, you want to help at the same time. You're like you have too much love for the kid, or you're like, you know what, I don't think he's ready yet. You're like, he has to though, you know, or they don't want to put you in with someone too good. Yeah. You know, but that's why if you were like a parent coaching your kid, that's like even 10 times harder, you know.
Yeah, that's tough to do, man. I mean, I know people do it, and certainly at the amateurs that happens a lot because, you know, what are you gonna do? Pay a coach? You're not gonna do that, or you can try to go find one. Yeah, that's cool, but it's, you know, and sometimes it's hard sometimes for me to tell my kid to do anything, and he does better with other people telling him what to do, not so much what I tell him to do. It's hard to try to get him into the gym or anything like that, man. But little by little, I try not to push it. So what would you tell people, man? Like, what would you tell people who are going to the gym, kind of bored, getting frustrated with the whole process? How did you get through that?
I just pushed through because all the other sports was basically the same thing. You
push through, huh?
You can't just like skip. It's not like something you could just buy through it. You know what I mean? Like that's why it's a poor man's sport because they got to push through it. That's why they look at it different. You know?
Yeah. No, I
and. Yeah, for those that you just gotta seek it through. You know, if you don't seek it through, the door's right there. There's no ifs, whats, buts, nothing. You know.
What would you tell someone who's like? I mean, I guess you can't stop it sometimes, but like people, you know, they're always. I'm sure in their head they're like, do I really want to do this? It's hard in boxing, and I don't know if you have a different opinion. Let me know, man. Like it's hard in boxing. It's like, do I want to keep doing this because it's boring at first, now it's starting to get harder because we're doing harder exercises. Do I really want to do this? Then after all that, let's say you get through all that, then you're getting hit. You got to hit someone, they got to hit you, and you get hit. What would you tell someone that's like constantly, like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know what do you got to, what's your mentality got to be? Don't tell me what's their mentality got to be to get through that?
Well, I'll say like if they have a goal, that's like, what's their goal? Where is it just for them to be fitness? Because if it's just for fitness, then you could step anywhere with that, But if you want to be like a world champion or like something big in that sport, well, you just gotta push through. You gotta think like, you know what? Like, I only live once, and if I don't prove this to myself, then you're never gonna succeed in nothing. Like, you're never gonna be good or better than anyone if you just don't have that constant look where you're like, okay, I just got punched in the face and should I quit or should I keep going? And then that's what makes greatness right there.
Yeah.
It's like between those two decisions, like, do I do it or do I not? And that's something you can't really switch no one's mentality. You can't tell someone like, this is how you got to think or this is the way you got to look at things. They're going to do what they want regardless of what you tell them, and if they look at it good, if they look at it bad, they're going to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So I guess it's up to them, it's not really.
They got to fight it within themselves.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good coaches can help you.
Yeah.
And they can try to keep you, but it's kind of like.
Yeah, it's still kind of hard, regardless, it's their look.
How about the people in the gym around you?
I feel like that helps a lot though.
Do you get a lot from them?
Yeah, I feel like if you have a good team around you, you start to build off that. I always look at life like whoever you surround yourself, you start to become, like.
Right. I agree.
Like at first I'm like, that's not true. Like my mom would say like your friends, like there's a saying, I forgot the name, the saying of it. It's like.
Well, I've heard a saying, maybe it's close to this. I don't know. I've heard a saying something like, show me who your friends are and I'll show you where you're going.
It's kind of like that. I know, yeah, but
that's like a saying.
Let's just go off of that, right?
Yeah.
Let's just go off of that. Basically, it's the same thing with the gym or anywhere, anytime, If you start hanging around with pros, you start to gain that pro look, it's that pro style and that pro, If you hang around nothing but amateurs, that's what you start to look like. You become good as an amateur, you become good as a pro, but you got to surround yourself around the people that you want to become, regardless, but don't get me wrong, there's some people that don't got to surround themselves around that, but that's because they have good mentality.
Oh yeah, there's always people out there that just got it their way, they got it.
But yeah, some people,
natural athletes, just determined people.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
But it's still, if you want to grow a little more faster than others, that's one way to push it. Put yourself around people that are better than you, and you're always gonna be you.
I agree, man. I people do say like, boxing's, is it a team sport? Not really, but because it's you in the ring, but you do got, you got the corner, you got your gym, and everything but the fight or the bout. That's all. There's a whole lot of team that goes into it. Now, I imagine there's people that do it without, with minimal team, but I've always thought that having people in the gym, even different kinds of people, sometimes, and I hate to say this, but sometimes even the bad influence of people in the gym sometimes helps you not go that way, or just that you just get a lot of looks sometimes, a lot of different looks at different types of people in a boxing gym. It's different. I think your team can help you through, get over those little frustrations, and you're all like, maybe you want to quit, maybe you don't want to do this, maybe you're just tired or something like that. It happens all the time. It's a hard thing for people to stay with the sport, and I wanted to show someone like you who's able, to get over that and keep on, and because how were you when you when was your first amateur fight?
My first amateur fight,
if you remember.
So it was 3 years ago. So was it, not counting this year, so maybe in 2022?
Okay.
I think.
It was a couple years ago.
Yeah, it was a couple years ago.
And how'd you feel when like, before all that started, like, when you were about to do that, how'd it go? Like, did your coach be like, "We're gonna put you in competition"?
Yeah, he just told me straight. Well, matter of fact, he told me to start getting all my stuff ready, and then whenever he's just gonna throw me in. And I was like, okay. I never thought that day was gonna come until it just came. I'm just like, oh, and
Do you remember what it was, here or Phoenix?
matter of fact, it was here in
Okay.
Tucson. I fought someone heavier than me. When I first started boxing, I think I was at 122 when I first started boxing, and the kid that I fought at 139.
Damn.
Yeah, and we just went in, and at first I'm like, what's wrong with my coach? You know, like, why is he throwing me in with this big old guy? Like, you could tell, like, he was way bigger than me too. Like, and I don't know where he was from, but my whole family was there, so it was like
that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
So you got your whole family there.
Yeah, I got my whole family there, and it's just
Were
like,
you nervous?
yeah, like I seen pro fights where they get knocked out, and I'm like, and I have some guy getting in there with me that's 139 and I'm 122. I had to weigh myself again with everything on, and I think I had like 3 phones in my pocket, and like everything, like hat on, shoes, rings, like try to put so much on me, and I still weighed 130, I think 131, and the guy weighed in at 140.
Damn.
So we barely made the weight because I think it's like what 9 pound.
Yeah, some people, it depends on the official. Some people just won't let it happen. Even though the coaches are something like, we're doing it, and I mean, it's up to the weighmaster.
Yeah.
If they say no, then it's not.
Yeah.
Some people are just, they're not cool with it, but
I mean, then also Pete, he just has a good word. I don't know. A lot of people know who Pete is.
Pete Quezada.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, that just proves my point.
Yeah,
Everyone just
man,
knows
Pete's a
him.
great guy.
Yeah,
he's a great guy. He's over at Tucson Southwest.
Yeah,
great guy, man.
He's just, everyone knows him, and I'm just guessing that's probably why they let me fight.
I'm sure.
Just because of just his name.
Yeah,
Just because of his name, just his popularity. But yeah, when I went in for that fight, which was Pete's event.
Okay.
This was Pete's event, and remind you, my whole family's there.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting down, and my coach is just like, he's telling me the same things. Like, you gotta throw your jab, you gotta keep your distance, throw your jab, listen to me, look at me. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, we still got one more fight, and then you're going up. Or I think 2 more fights. Out of nowhere, they're like this, Jesus, where you at? You were up next. My coach is right next to me. And the matter of fact, the fight ended, and I was supposed to already be upstage. And I'm still sitting down. And I don't even got my headgear or nothing on. And I'm just sitting there. And Pete is yelling at me. He's like, what are you doing? Get in the ring now. Blah, blah, blah. And then we were trying to look for my headgear. We're like, so we get in the ring. Still trying to put the headgear on. Don't even have my mouthpiece in. They're like, he needs his mouthpiece. So they're running to go find my mouthpiece. They put my mouthpiece in, and I'm like, now my heart's jumping even 10 times more than what it should have been.
It's real.
You know, and because it's a fight. You know, it's not, you know, for your first fight, it's a fight. You know, I don't know no other way to put it, because you go in there thinking it's bad blood, you know, and it should always be like that. Matter of fact, I feel like it should always be bad blood. That's how, if you don't go in there like that, then
you need that killer mentality.
Yeah.
At least, yeah.
And I still kind of struggle on that, because I feel like, oh, it's just amateurs, but I'm still working on that.
Right.
But when I went in there, we're just staring at each other, and then we went up. In the beginning, we used to always stare at the opponents. And I slowly started moving away from that, and I started to look like downwards, just to not make, because when your heart beats more, like faster, I feel like you lose more energy, or like, like I feel like you just start to, like, your adrenaline pumps too fast.
Yeah, you can have an adrenaline dump.
Yeah,
if you're just going too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I never even knew about that, but that sounds about real.
Yeah, no, that's a real thing. Adrenaline dumps are real, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, but I feel it though.
You got a lot of anxiety going on, nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And then you use it, like,
and it's like
use it a lot very quickly, and then it dumps out. And then you should be able to get it back, but it dumps out and it's hard to deal with.
Yeah. And that's why when I was losing, now I'm looking at the opponent, and that's even more just like everything's just going at me. It's just like eating me alive. And I'm just like, okay, and I go back to my corner. My coach is telling me the same thing. Throw the jab. You got to listen. Just listen. Just listen. And then we go up. I throw the jab, and he goes straight for a body shot. Just go straight under. And he hits it, but I don't feel nothing. Like my adrenaline is just pumping so fast, I don't feel nothing. And we're just going at it now. And then finally, like the second round, then I started putting a little more power into him. Just boom, and I just started popping. I was landing a couple good shots on him. And I think by the last round, I started feeling it too much. And I started like giving it too much energy. But I was getting him good, but I was losing too much energy I shouldn't have. I ended up winning the fight, and after the fight, my coach, which is a coach, he's like, you did good, all right. You did all right. You need to do better. But everyone else was just like praising me, like, oh yeah, like you made it look like the Matrix, you made it look. And I was happy, but not getting that respect from my coach made it like I need to do it better, which I'm so good it happened like that, because you always gotta be hungry, and he proved that to me. Like, you think this is good, watch when you see yourself later. And I think myself right now is like I'm alright, and at that time I thought I was good. Like, so now imagine that, like, and I feel like I'm better than back then.
Right.
I feel like that's just a really good experience. That's what always made me tell myself, like, you gotta be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Right.
And I try to tell, like, whoever I can, like, that's how you gotta live. If you don't live like that, it's like you're never gonna find something. You know what I mean? I was uncomfortable to come here, but I made it comfortable to come because it's something like you gotta break out of it. You got to, you know what I mean? Like, because then when I go pro, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna be uncomfortable. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna push away. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. You gotta be comfortable with that. Like, deep down you're uncomfortable, but you gotta go through it. You have to. You know what I mean? With anything and everything. But then at the end, it's a good feeling. You're gonna feel rewarded.
Right.
Not with the win, but just knowing that you did it. And that's why I'm glad that I took that fight.
Right.
My first fight.
No, I agree, man. Like, winning in the ring is unlike anything else. I played high school football. I ran track, stuff like that. I've won events. And it's cool. You're like, oh, we won, stuff like that. But it's when you're in the ring and you win on your own, even though you have a team behind you and you had a lot of prep, whatever, but it's just you
at the end of the day.
Yeah. And you're in a game where either you hurt someone or they hurt you. I mean, it's just different. I don't know. It just adds something to it. That's probably why, like, when teams win things, everyone's all they love the team. But when you win it like that, even though I know you got help, everyone, but it's all all that praise comes down on you, man. It was just you. I don't know. It hits different. Maybe people don't think that way. I think that way.
I think the same way. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it is just you. You can have all the coaches around you, the best of the best, but if you don't put the work in, if you don't do it,
right,
it's not gonna work. That's what I have to go through myself, because I'm still learning. Where I felt at one point, like, I have good coach, I have this, I don't really gotta run that much. I'm just gonna put back on that. Where I'm not gonna train as hard because I already won my first 3 fights and I'm still winning.
Oh yeah.
Where I went through that little ego stage and
you get complacent.
Yeah, and that's where it got me. And it's still good because that discipline is just something different. When you go against someone with discipline, they're gonna win. You can have all the talent in the world, but hard work, that beats talent. And I still go through that stage where I'm like, I need to run, I need to do it, I need to do it. But it's hard, Running is not easy, not for a boxer. Not for a boxer. I don't know how people can run.
I tell people, I'm like, run. I'm like, look, you gotta run.
Yeah.
You guys, especially if they want to drop. I'm like, you want to drop, you gotta run. You gotta run. I go, you're not running marathons here, man, but let's run a mile, let's run 2, let's run 3. I'll run with them. And I'm like, dude, you gotta go.
Yeah.
It's hot outside. I'm like, yeah, I know, man. It's Arizona. let's do this.
What do you
Let's
expect?
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, man. I've been there. So that's your first fight, man. Now, fast forward some years. What do you plan on doing with boxing?
By the end of this year, I'm going pro.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be pro by the end of this year. We're just picking a couple more fights, just trying to get a better looks.
Absolutely. Get as much practice as you can in, man, before you go, because then it's real.
But my coach kind of already, I kind of feel like I'm looking at a couple sparring. Whenever I spar and stuff, I'm already getting that. Well, everyone else I'm sparring are kind of pros already, or are pros. And it's just like, I'm already there with them. I'm trying to make it to the top. And my coach wants the same thing. So we can't just look off of them, like, oh, he's a pro and I could beat him up. Like, that's not how it works. Because he's a pro and he could be all losses,
Yeah.
Like, that's not how, just because anyone could go pro.
Anyone can go pro.
It doesn't matter who it is, you can go pro without having an amateur record.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
that is true. That's another thing about boxing.
Yeah.
Try to get into the NFL without ever playing football.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
That's the only thing, like, yeah. But that's what makes me think, like, I can't think, okay, he's a pro and I'm doing better than him. Like, no.
Nah.
It's like,
and styles make fights too, man.
Yeah.
It's in the pro game, styles make fights, and just I see that you see it all the time, man. You can lose to someone in the amateurs and then blow them out as a pro, or they're not even ever at your level. It happens all the time, man. How many times people they win medals in the Olympics and then they go pro and they just never really, they're never as good as they were as an amateur, because there's amateur fighters and then there's pro fighters, man. Sometimes it transitions well and sometimes it just doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. That's why I think when you get enough experience as an amateur, man, you got to just, and don't take those losses at all to heart, because it's a whole different game. It's a whole different game. Pro style is different. Not only that, it's a business.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I heard that pro, you can knock someone out just a jab. Just imagine that. Just like, where you feel like you're an amateur and you're throwing a lot more punches, but in pro you're not. You're being more calm. You're picking the shots. Like, I'm gonna throw this one, but to really land this one. And you're supposed to think like that in the amateurs, but it's more like this. You could be throwing 1,000 punches and not hit one. And the person in the amateurs, you throw one good punch, but the one that threw 1,000 is gonna win.
Right.
But in pro, it's a whole different look. You could throw 1,000 punches in the pro, but that one punch,
erase all that.
You know what I mean? So therefore, the pros is different, and it is a different look.
Not only that, you gotta. It's not even if you win. You gotta. It's entertainment, man. Yeah. I mean, it's a sport. It's a business, but it's entertainment. And if you're not entertaining, man, that might be a hard way to make a living. Exactly. Because you're still taking punches, but like if no one wants to watch it, that's good. Shakur Stevenson, like you were talking, like he's one of the most talented boxers I have ever seen. And he gets crap from people like, yeah, I don't want to watch it. His last fight, I don't know what that was. I don't want to watch it though.
Yeah.
That was boring. And it's like, dude, this guy's super talented. He's one of the best. If you showed that to a person that's never seen boxing or doesn't know about boxing, you're like, oh, look at this dude. And they're like, that was boring as hell.
Yeah.
And it's like, he was boring as hell, but like, he's really good. You don't understand. Like you're like, well, yeah, I didn't see shit.
I feel like you're right. I feel like you're very right. Cause like Garcia, Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
I feel like he's mediocre.
Okay.
Like, I'm not trying to be like,
Ryan's gonna see this and he'd be like, who's that for? I'm just joking.
I feel like he's mediocre. I don't feel like he's that good of a boxer. But I mean he's good, but no, he's above a mediocre. He's but you can't put him with Shakur. You know what I mean?
I mean that's the whole Shakur's way.
I feel like Shakur is way better than
I think Shakur's way better than him too.
Exactly, but guess who gets more?
Ryan Garcia.
Exactly.
He's out on Instagram all the time, man.
And he has a lot more.
He knows how to cut verticals.
Exactly.
That's what he does.
You know what I mean? And whenever he fights, he sells out. You know what I mean? He has more of a population than Shakur.
Yeah.
But that's another thing when you go pro, because like you said, it's a business. It's not okay if you're a good boxer, you're gonna make money. Like, no.
No, it's not always the
You know what I
case.
mean? That's, you gotta be good, but you also gotta show, you gotta get the respect from everyone. You know what I mean? From everyone. You gotta put in that work, and at that last couple seconds, you know what? Just bang it out. Well, bang it out. Just show them. And once you get that crowd going up, that's a different type of,
Mhm.
because my Theo told me this one thing. He said, you can either, the crowd can either take from you or put in you.
Oh yeah.
And they could put energy in you where it's like, okay, I'm gonna knock them out now. Or they could take it from you, and that's something big, so for someone to be that hated like Shakur, and for him to still do that
Yeah.
good is pretty
I mean,
impressive.
he gets some flack for being a very, very good boxer and maybe not the most exciting fighter, I would say.
Yeah.
But then you got something with like his last fight against Teofimo Lopez.
Exactly.
I mean, that was insane. Like just
Yeah.
it looked. Yeah, if he does to like a regular fighter, when he does that to someone like Teofimo Lopez, man, it looks beautiful because
Yeah.
that I didn't know who was gonna win. I have a lot of respect for Teofimo. I think he's a very good fighter. I think he's a very good boxer. But yeah, the way he got the way that Shakur put it on him like that was
Made him look like
that's
an
hard to
amateur.
do.
You made him look like an amateur.
You did. It was
Made him look
I
really
had
bad.
never seen anything like that. Like Teofimo, I never thought I'd see him. Just maybe if he was like super old, but like it was crazy. It was a good fight. It was a good fight, and he did what he needed to do. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. So let's before we started here, you asked me why.
Oh yeah.
Why I was
Yeah.
doing this and stuff like that. Just so everyone knows, I'm not. So I help officiate with the LBC 48, which is you're a part of. I'm a part of as an official. You're a part of as an athlete. And so, like I said, to answer your question, when I started, I used to coach amateur a gym in Cali like 20 years ago. More than 20 years ago, because I've been here for about 20 years. I started my career, blah, blah. And, you have time for your career, not a whole lot else. And then when things started getting a little bit easier at work and, I got a lot of time in now. I had a little bit more extra time and I wasn't, I settled down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to go back and I want to help out, in USA Boxing.
Yeah.
And I started with USA Boxing and as an official, and I kind of saw how things were going with the athletes. The athletes, they're a little bit more. It's more showy now, which is good because when I was coaching, it was very strict, or maybe it's just California. I don't know. They're very strict. The athletes really don't get a whole lot of. I don't know, not a lot of emphasis, I should say. Not, and I don't know, whatever USA Boxing wants to do with their organization, whatever. But I liked Arizona because they seem to have a little bit more emphasis on their athletes, and I thought that's who should be. I wanted more light on that and on amateur boxing because Arizona has one LBC, and like I told you before, California has like 5 because it's such a big state, populated. We only have 1. So I wanted to, get your faces out there. Now we have social media. 20 years ago, we didn't have social media. And I wanted to get your faces out there just so people know who you are, the sacrifices you make. Because I don't think people understand it. I don't think people know it unless you're in the game. And that's why I'm like, well, let me get some interviews. Let me talk to some people. I'll do anything to like kind of just put more of a spotlight on amateur boxing because I want people to go to your shows. I want you guys to get seen. Everybody, I want this for the entire LBC.
Yeah.
And that's why I started this thing, and we're still, we're doing it. I don't know where it's gonna go. Hopefully, we can just do this, and it's not like I'm not trying to like get subscribers. It's not about that. It's just about you. It's about you guys. I'd rather have you guys be the focus. So maybe someone does see you and be like, okay, let's get you out there. Or maybe someone saying like you need to get more online, and it gives people a platform. No joke, and this is the way it is. Like if people see this athlete, another athlete, I don't care if you're 8. Well, if you're 8, you got to get your parents' permission. But if you're older, over 18, or whatever, if you see this, I'll talk to anybody, man, about their experience in amateur boxing and how they got into the sport. I think it's important. I want to get more people into this sport, and I want people to have more of an appreciation for the sport, because it's not easy, man. A lot of people sacrifice, not just the athletes, the officials, the governing body, man. Dang, man, they put in a whole lot of time, and it's I think that they need to, not that they need it, but I like to shine a light a little bit on that. Just show, like, hey, man, this is what's going on. It's not easy. We have a president right now who's very good, Sefi Rodriguez out of Phoenix. He's very good. He spends a whole lot of time on this amateur game.
I actually fought one of his fighters.
I'm sure. Yeah, he's got a gym.
Yeah, I fought 2 of his fighters, and both of them won me.
They what?
Both of them won. They both won. And I still have a grudge against it, because one of them, I dropped him like 3 times. Like, bad. Like, I got him good. Like, I hit him hard, and he would like tumble like that, and he still won. And it still holds a little grudge, because the last round he got me. He got me. But the first 2 rounds, I was putting him on. I was putting it on him. Yeah, and then the second guy, I just did bad. I didn't even like I was doing good, but I didn't perform the way I usually perform. Like, something went out of me, like, where it was just like, But back to what you were saying though about you're a great person for doing this. It's not.
Well, we're trying, man. Yeah.
It's not easy, because everyone wants money out of everything.
Everybody does, man. It's not about that. I want you guys to be successful.
Yeah.
If anybody says, like, what's the catch? The catch is, like, put your emphasis on these dudes, man. If you go watch them, go watch their amateur fights. When they turn pro, go watch them.
Yeah.
Because we don't get a lot of pro fights here at all, man. So people are gonna have to go places to see you. Phoenix, Vegas, Cali, I don't know, wherever people they start out their careers, man.
Yeah. Not thinking about it, there is a fight coming up. There's a pro fight.
The Bam Rodriguez one?
No, it's
another one.
Tucson.
Oh, where? I know the amateurs.
Dang, I forgot the date. I think it's next month. I'm not sure if it's in the 12. Do you know the date? I don't know the date.
We'll find it at some point.
It's next month.
Okay, next month.
Yeah, it's next month. I don't know if it's right after the week of my fight, but yeah, they have a couple pro fighters, and there's a fighter from my gym too.
All right. Yeah, I will look that up, man, and then I'll put it in this podcast as it goes out.
Yeah,
and I'll make sure we get that date for everybody out there. Go see those fighters, man. Yeah, that's why we do it, man. And things like that, I didn't even know. I should know. I don't know why. I need to look up on BoxRec, dog. I need to make sure I know. I know what's going on in my own backyard here.
Yeah, it's funny though, but yeah, supposedly they have a couple good. Well, it's mostly all Arizona.
Well, yeah, that happens.
But most of them are pretty good that I know of. There's one that's going for his debut. It's gonna be a good fight.
Okay, good.
He's really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up, man. I'm gonna get there and make sure we check that out. Make sure we get that out to anybody, because sometimes it's the messaging too. We don't get enough messaging out there. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Let me get this message out now. I don't know who watches, how many. We just need to get it out there so we can say that we tried.
Yeah.
And
I think it's gonna be at Casino de Sol. I think. I'm not. Don't put my word on it.
No, I'll find it, man.
But yeah, I know guaranteed it is next month.
In June.
Yeah, in June. Yeah.
Okay, I'll find it and I'll make sure I get that out on this podcast, even if it's separate out. I'll just cut it. I'll cut it in there and I'll say, hey, this is coming up.
Yeah.
And make sure we get those guys out there, and I'll try to get like a about list for that and stuff like that. So, yeah, man. So let me see what kind of pro do you want to be? Are you looking to be more of a technician? Are you looking to put more emphasis on like power and stuff like that? I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure how your style is transpiring.
That's a good question. I feel like I want to be everything. Like, there's no such thing. I don't feel like there's no such thing as just being technical. You know,
Okay.
I feel like there is fighters that just think like, oh, I just want a straight power, but I feel like a true good fighter, they're able to do all of it. You know,
Right.
where they're a technician when they need, and then when they need to put some power, put some thump into a couple shots, you know, they're there. You know, and they got speed, they got, you know, but if you just put your mind just to one thing, you know, I feel like you're gonna fall behind. Regardless, you're not gonna be with with the top of the top. But it also shows you a lot of fans like, damn, like just this fight he fought this technician, he just made him look bad. And now he's fighting this power guy and he's like what's going on? Like there's a certain word for it, but I just don't know the name. It's like when they could be able to do everything. It starts with a V. Versatile.
Okay, when you're versatile.
Versatile. You need to
Yeah.
be very versatile, and that's what Terrence Crawford is.
Oh yeah.
He's very versatile, and he can go southpaw whenever he wants. Like what type
Yeah.
of, you know what I mean? And he has a great jab, and my coach loves him. That's what made me start to catch my eye on him. You know, I'm not gonna take all the, you know, I didn't catch him. He's the one that told me about it. I'm like, who the hell is he? You know, I don't know who that is. You know what I mean? But when he fought Canelo, at first I'm like, that's gonna be a good fight. My coach showed me, he's like, matter of fact, he won so much money on that fight just because he already knew.
Really?
You know what I mean? A lot of fighters thought Canelo was gonna win. And once my coach showed me, I was like, this, you know what? I'm gonna go off my coach, because my coach, I don't know how, but he always bets and he always wins. There's never been, you know, but most of the good fighters, like, I don't know if you know Navarrete.
Yeah, Emmanuel Navarrete.
And do you know when he fought I think it was for the world title, Nunez?
Yeah, it was his last fight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, I went down to their gym.
Okay.
Way before he fought Navarrete, before he was a world champion, and I thought he was gonna win. He has incredible power. Like he has a different type of power, but that just proves my point where I don't want to just be all power, because
Right.
Navarrete got, you know, but power. I'm not saying that. I've never seen, you know what I mean, if he has power or not, but
Yeah, Navarrete has power. He's good.
yeah, but
he's a strong guy.
compared to Nunez power is just like way above him. From, in my opinion,
From what you felt, yeah.
from what I seen. But Navarrete just, you know, he just did his thing.
Navarrete's a very good fighter, man.
Because
and he's entertaining.
Yeah, he's a technician. That's, you know, I feel like that's why he won, because he had good technique. Because Nunes couldn't really get to him.
Mhm.
You know, he couldn't really get to that range where he needed to be. And for a fighter to make someone do that, that's not easy for no one. Like you can't. It should be once in a while they could get that close to be able to land a couple good shots.
Right.
But I felt like if Nunes landed just one good shot clean, I feel like Navarrete would have went down.
That probably could have. That's the thing about
Yeah.
Navarrete, man. Sometimes, you know, he's long. He's tall. He's a tall kid, and he's trying to get to him. Is
Yeah.
that's a tall order. So yeah, no, yeah, I see what you're saying, but yeah, sometimes you'll feel someone's power thing,
Yeah.
but there's always, you know, there's a lot of people out there. They're real good, and yeah, when you fight the right person,
Exactly.
But-
Yeah.
no, that's good, man. You want to be versatile. Who do you keep up with, like pros at all? Like do you watch it at all?
I actually don't.
Yeah, I
No,
know a
I've
lot of people
never-
don't.
yeah,
a lot of amateurs don't.
Yeah. Actually, I don't even really watch boxing in general. You know, I'm not, like, after a while, it's just bored. Like, it makes me bored, you know.
Okay.
But I'm gonna start getting there, you know, more. I need to start watching the fighters that my coach points out,
Yeah.
like Usyk, which is one of the top guys he wants me to watch, because he's a southpaw like me, and we both need to work on. Well, I need to work on my jab, and he's a good eye to look at, like Terrence Crawford, Shakur, which is a southpaw.
Yeah.
And there's another fighter. What did I just say? Usyk, Shakur, Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
Well, we just go off of those three.
Yeah.
But I just don't do my homework. I hate to say that, but I'm going to start, you know, but when I go pro, it's a different type of look because now I had to start doing my homework.
Yeah, I guess.
You
Yeah, you
know?
got to start looking. I guess for you to look and set up your coach or something like that, or both of
Yeah.
you. I know I'm watching. I watch stuff all the time. I'm like a little fiend though. I'm always just
Yeah.
watching and watching. Oh, you can do that. You can do that. If you just do this, you move this way and that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, what did you do right there? Rewind, rewind.
Yeah, my coach watched a lot.
Oh, I love.
He knows what fights to take, what fights not to take. I don't know. I don't though. I want to sit down with him and to learn from how he looks at things. But he's been in the game just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what the coach does though. That's what a trainer does. That's their job. I mean, I know I've seen, not that I know, but I've seen some people, they're like, I don't even do the video. My trainer does.
Yeah.
And he knows, he just tells me what to do because he knows what has to happen, what they, no, that's not uncommon. So,
yeah.
So yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. And so, you got to fight. You got pre-match probably this Saturday, or you're gonna try to fight.
Yeah, I'm not very. I don't really know.
No, I
information yet. Yeah,
but you're trying for it.
Yeah, because usually when my coach tells me, I just like, okay, and all my family be like, hey, when's the fight? What time? What this? What that?
Right.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I'll let you guys know when it comes by, but. Yeah, it's gonna be on the 6th.
Yeah,
it's gonna be here in Tucson,
June 6th. I think it's at Reyes Boxing Gym, but it's being put on by Hidalgo Boxing. You won't. I know these things.
Oh wow, I didn't know.
So it's Hidalgo Boxing. I think it's at Reyes Gym. It's on Benson Highway.
Oh wow.
And this Saturday, June 6th. I think the doors open at 12, and the first bout's at 1, or the first bout starts at 12. But I want to say it's at 1 is when it starts. Doors open at 12, I believe. And if you're interested, everything should be pre-matched by now, but I think the weigh-ins are from like 7 to 9, but I'm not sure.
I'll probably find someone from Reyes then.
We'll see, man. I don't know.
I don't mind. I don't really care. But how you used to box or?
No, not. I trained, man. Like, when I was a kid, we didn't really box. We had like swap meet boxing gloves. I don't even if I can remember, like there was no headgear. That wasn't a thing really, and if it was like some cheap swap meet stuff. We just fought. And I had like 2 brothers, an older one and a younger one, and we just had friends, man, and we just beat the shit out of each other. That's all it was, like in the driveway. But luckily, I had a couple friends, or one friend who had like HBO, and man, when we would watch fights on HBO, and it was back when they had boxing. This is a long time ago, and man, I just got into it more and more. I mean, I can remember when I was a kid. There was a fight a long time ago, man. It was Sugar Ray Leonard versus the Golden Boy Donnie Lalonde. And I remember seeing the promos for that, and I was like, I want to watch it. And there was just no way. I don't even know how, like, it was like closed circuit TV. It's like where you go somewhere to watch a fight. It was crazy back then. But I had to listen to it on the radio, like straight up on the radio. That's how old it was. Yeah, I listened to it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I just listened to it, and so, time goes by. Meldrick Taylor, Chavez, those were probably the first. Meldrick Taylor versus Chavez. I knew who Chavez was, and that fight. I think it hooked me. A couple months later, Tyson lost to Buster Douglas in Tokyo, and man, I mean, it was probably the best time for me because I saw those 2 fights, and I was able to see them on TV as they happened, not a rerun, like as it happened.
That was hype.
And I think I got hooked. And then we would beat the shit out of each other in a driveway. I just knew like kids like I grew up. I spent part of my childhood in a trailer park, and that's where we were.
I feel like that's where the most fun is because I grew up in apartments, and
it's just a complex.
Yeah, so it's always just kids coming out and just having fun because we used to throw the gloves on people too.
Yeah,
and but. That's what I want for my kids. I don't want them to be inside with the phones,
Yeah, you try not to.
It was like, if you had to stay inside, that was like discipline right there.
Yeah.
Like you just got in trouble, But nowadays, like, if a kid's inside is like, Okay, like, I want to be inside. Like
They
going
wanna-
outside is bad. Like
Mhm.
I don't know, but I love to be outside, just playing tag, having fun, throwing the gloves on, and But I feel like that's where it all started. I guess
Yeah.
having that, because it made me look at throwing the gloves on and putting them on and just boxing, and just having that little hype. Even when I got punched and then I just like teed off on it, it's just like I fell in love with it, but I just didn't know.
Yeah, no, I didn't know what we were doing, man.
Yeah.
I think the first time I really got into it is when I was in a city, and then the city had like community projects, and we tried to come up with a boxing gym. My friend was involved with it, and I learned a lot from, no joke, like videos. Like Roger Mayweather, Floyd's trainer, his uncle, he put out like this like low budget videotape. It was like $40 to buy,
Dang.
but it was like, it was just, I couldn't even understand what the hell he was saying. He was just kind of going over drills and stuff like that. That's how we had to learn, and that's how I learned. And then luckily I was able to meet a trainer named Juan West in California. His daughter, Kalisha West, was WBO champion. Juan West was her dad, and I learned a lot from him. He was a very good coach. So he helped me a lot to understand, more of the basic, the fundamentals, like really in deep about how to, and he was a former fighter. I think he fought like for the Navy too, but he was also pro.
Oh yeah.
But he was a very good coach and knew boxing really well.
And
So just like that.
and well, you were telling me that you're from California. What made you come down to Arizona?
Well, man, I didn't like. I kind of just got sour on California, man. It was expensive, and I just thought people just. I didn't. I wasn't. I just wasn't vibing with the people back. Even 20 years ago, I just wasn't vibing with them back then. Arizona seemed more like Arizona, Tucson area. Phoenix is a big city, but you know what I'm saying. Like Tucson's more of a community based. I thought I could do more out here. Not only that, it's just cheaper. There was more opportunity as a smaller town, as a smaller area, smaller state. How it had more opportunity, I don't know, but it did. It just felt that way, and it really was that way. And I still get the same vibe from Cali, man. Whenever I go to Cali, like visit family, I don't even want to be there.
No,
I don't even want to be there. Like I want to get back.
and you're from there?
Yeah, I'm from there. I don't know. It's just a vibe, man. I have nothing against California, man. They got great weather. They got
Yeah.
a lot of people that are cool, but I'm not. I can't do it there, and it's expensive. Oh, hell no.
How's it expensive? I never been to. I think only been to California one time, and I think it was like for Disneyland or like Disney World.
Well, yeah,
Like
I mean,
little-
growing up, you just grow up, man. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But then once you start becoming an adult, and you got to
Yeah.
start buying stuff. You got to start paying for stuff, and then like rent's like double.
How much is it?
Well, depends on where you live. Like back then, it was like, I'm getting to be an adult. Like, do you want to buy a house? It's gonna be this much. And it's like back then, man, I didn't understand it fully.
Yeah.
I was like, that I'll never be able to do that. I'll never be able. That's impossible.
How much was it? Like $500,000 or?
Back then, this is a long time ago. It was like, I remember thinking like, what would it take to buy a house? And it was like $300,000. And then I was like, back then I was like, that's impossible. I go, there's no way anybody can do that. Now I
Yeah.
had friends that lived in like really nice houses, and to me it seemed like all like
That's never gonna happen.
that's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then, but you start to work, you start to do, and things become more clear. You just become an adult. You're more of a grown up. I see now that I didn't know exactly what I was thinking, but it was a lot. That was a lot of money back then, man. And it didn't seem like it was gonna happen. Plus, man, it really was like who you knew back then. It wasn't a meritocracy. It just seemed like you could work hard and people just don't care. It just seems like my life worked better here than it did in Cali. But who knows?
And you never liked to go to Phoenix? Like,
Do I like to go to Phoenix?
No, as in to live there. Like you never thought about.
Well, yeah, I never did. I had a friend here, so that's why I came here. I like Phoenix. I liked it better a couple of years ago. Now it's a little dirty now, but no, no offense, Phoenix, but there's been some spots I was like, damn, this is shady. I don't know, there's some sketch places here.
Yeah.
But and I spent some time in Phoenix for like work and stuff like that. I just came here. I didn't know anything about Arizona. The only other place I ever been to Arizona other than Tucson before this was Yuma. But I knew someone here, came here, and then just started living here. If I had known I do like Phoenix. I do like the Chandler area and stuff like that. I like it. There are some spots out there that are really nice.
Yeah.
If I had known that, maybe I would have gone that route. But you just go where you got the opportunity, man. I knew a dude out here. I have a friend out here. He goes, come stay with me. Forget Cali. Let's do this. So I said, cool. Came out, and it all worked out.
Just to switch up the topic, who's your favorite boxer? I see a couple pictures.
You mean of all time or like currently?
Let's say both. Let's go for all time first, and then let's go to.
So when I was younger, man, I was a big De La Hoya fan. I liked him. Back then he represented a lot of the stuff. Like I liked the hard work and all that stuff. He was Hispanic, Mexican American, from East LA. I did, and I thought his fight career was really good. I thought he had a lot of success. I just liked him, and I liked his fighting style. But I was a big Manny Pacquiao fan. Before he was like super popular, I was a big Manny Pacquiao fan. I remember when he fought Marquez, Juan Manuel Marquez. My friend, and I think it was like that was one of his first fights here. His first fight was against Layla Ladwaba in the United States. Mm-hmm. And I remember seeing that on HBO. And then my friend, he fights Juan Manuel Marquez. And my friend's like, oh, Marquez is going to beat this fool's ass. And I was
like the first fight?
I want to say it was the second fight in the United States for Pacquiao.
Oh, okay.
For Pacquiao. Not a second fight overall.
Yeah.
But I think I'm not sure if it was a second fight in the United States. I know Layla Ladwaba was his first fight in the United States. But then he fought Marquez. And my friend's like, Marquez is going to whoop his ass.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know, dog. I saw this dude fight. He's good.
Yeah.
Like, he, throws himself. I go, I don't know how it works, but he, throws. I almost feel like he's jumping off his feet. Like, he's jumping off his feet and, hitting fools. And I'm like, I don't know how he does it, but he hits hard. And then he won. Or it was a draw, I believe. Even though he knocked him down 3 times in the first round.
He did?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that fight.
Pacquiao knocked Marquez down 3 times in the first round. Marquez kind of got himself back. It ended up being a draw, but he didn't. Pacquiao won that.
Yeah.
Or was it? Shit. No, you know what? That wasn't it.
I think that was the first one, right?
It was Barrera. He fought Barrera. You know what? My bad. That wasn't the fight. It was Barrera. That was his second. That was Barrera. And he beat Barrera. My friend Barrera's going to kick his ass. And I'm like, no, he's not. This dude's good. And then he beat Barrera. I remember that. Okay, I got all mixed up. Mexican, man. Mix the Mexicans up.
Have you seen that when Marquez he knocked out Manny Pacquiao?
Juan Manuel Marquez, in their 4th fight, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
he was waiting too.
Caught him coming in. All right, man, that's what happens.
That's crazy. That's why it's so unpredictable.
Oh yeah,
so unpredictable in the pros. Because you never know. You can get knocked out with just a jab. So imagine that.
Yeah, he'd already tied Marquez twice. Oh, he tied him the first fight, beat him twice. 4th fight comes, and he got knocked out after a fight. After he was winning the whole fight, pretty much. He started flowing a little bit. Yeah, and he got caught
by I think it was by the bell, right?
I don't remember. You know what? I do remember where I was because I was at work because I couldn't watch it, and I was pissed. And I was like, "Damn it, I'm at work." But I think I was following or something, or an ES. Were there because I had had to follow it some weird way. I forget how, because I don't even think there was a lot of social media at that time. I don't even think there was apps. I don't remember, but it was. I remember hearing or seeing at work what was happening, kinda at the same time, and they're like, well, Marquez just knocked out Manny Pacquiao. I was like, what? Because it's he's winning. Oh, he just got knocked out. I'm like, what? I'm like, they must have made a mistake.
Yeah.
So Marquez got knocked out probably. Maybe they messed up.
Yeah.
No, Pacquiao. And then I ended up seeing it. I was like, damn.
It was crazy. Cold.
Cold. He was out.
I know he got knocked out of the year for that one.
I think so. It was bad.
There was no other. Yeah.
It was over. He was just face planted.
But yeah,
right there.
Do you know who Edwin? What's his name? Edwin Valerio.
Edwin Valero. He's the guy that killed himself.
Yeah, he's my favorite boxer.
Dude, he was so good.
He was crazy. Boxer. But yeah, he was crazy in the head though. But
no, he was crazy in the ring.
Oh yeah, he was
crazy in the head. Yeah. That dude
was
really good. I heard that Edwin Valero, because he used to spar Pacquiao.
Yeah. supposedly
I heard
that
he would give him fits. Like he would get the best of
yeah,
him.
supposedly that even even he said it in after a fight. He even said like, I want to be the best, even if I had to fight the best. And they say that Manny Pacquiao's the best, so let's set it up. And Manny Pacquiao didn't want nothing.
Valero was, yeah.
Supposedly, but I don't.
I know they trained together for a little or sparred.
Yeah,
And I know Valero was rough. He was very good.
and suppose even with Del Hoya, Del Hoya even said himself in
Oh,
an
I didn't know
interview. Yeah,
I can totally see it. Valero was a small dude, but he was bad.
yeah, he said that every punch just felt like rocks. At the end, Del Hoya said he's like he didn't want to, he wouldn't fight him. He said that or something in that category. But supposedly, what did he do? He killed his wife or something, right?
I think he killed his family or his wife or something like that. I don't know if he had kids.
He had
it was
kids,
dark.
but
It was dark that he killed himself.
Yeah, I don't think he killed, or he was beating up his. I think he beat up his mother too.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, this was a while ago. I'm surprised you know who Edwin Valero is.
Yeah,
he was only around for a while.
At first, I never knew because I don't really watch boxing. Remind you, I don't really watch boxing. But once I see I have an eye for some fighters, and him, he was. I feel like that's the reason why I'm throwing a little more because of him. He makes me want to like just go like da 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 da.
He
like,
put it on people.
Yeah,
he was undefeated. He never lost.
Yeah, he
I don't
never
think he
lost.
even got close to it. That he
he got close with the Colombian.
Oh, okay.
It was with this Colombian guy, but he ended up stopping him still. He ended up still stopping him. I think he went. All of his fights were by knockout, I think, right?
I don't remember for sure. I want to say it's close.
Oh yeah, it's super close, but
it was near there.
But he was incredible. Like that's like my guy right there. That's like he's not the best of all time, but it's my favorite fighter.
No, we don't know because he was. I don't even think he was at his best when when all that stuff happened.
Yeah,
with him and his his wife. I don't think he was at. I don't even think he was at his peak. I don't think he was at his prime.
It reminds you, he just got into a car crash or a motorcycle crash or something like that.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's what after he got into a motorcycle crash, I think that's when his head started going all crazy. Because remember, he couldn't fight in the USA no more. He couldn't fight here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he couldn't fight here, and from there, that's when he only fought, I think, in Mexico or something, in China.
Because he was like Venezuelan or something like that.
Yeah. But he was fighting over here.
Okay.
And then once he had the title, I'm pretty sure they almost stripped him from it because he couldn't fight no more. But he went to China and he fought over there.
Okay.
But there's clips of him sparring. He's just like just badass, just straight thumps. Like just like you can hear every shot. And he just makes it look like he gets hit one time and makes it look like, oh, you didn't hit me. Like, how do you make that look? You hit, I literally see him hit you, but you make it seem like it was nothing.
There's people like that, I guess, man. There's, maybe what made him great probably, made him crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what was going on with him. There needs to be some sort of documentary on that guy because there's probably a lot of story there to tell, man. Because he was. And I never got the full scoop on him. Like I said, it was a while ago that that's when he was, there was not a lot of information or who knows what information was out there at the time.
But yeah, that's my favorite fighter. But the best fighter supposedly, well, I feel like he's also the best fighter because my coach, I feel like my coach has a good influence on me. Anyone that he says, I kind of like.
Did he tell you to watch him?
No, not him.
Okay.
I found him by myself. I don't know how. I think it popped up on YouTube or something. Okay. I just clicked on it. But Muhammad Ali, I feel like there's no one jumping around like him.
At that time, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, like I feel like till this day I still don't feel like you don't even see like what's that guy's name? Tyson Fury? Tyson Fury. You don't even see him jumping around like
he weighs like 300 pounds. He's a big dude.
Yeah, or any heavyweight, you don't really see them jumping around the way Muhammad used to jump around. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I feel like he's also incredible. But not just that, but what also made him really famous is his poetry. Like not his poetry, his wisdom. Mm-hmm. Like the way he said things, just like, dang, like he's smart. Like he's just incredible, But I feel like He just didn't get out the game.
Oh yeah, he stayed in
didn't
a long time, and
he stayed in too long.
he was, you know, there was a lot of snakes. You know, I'm not saying they took a complete advantage, but there was a lot of that going on, and it was a whole different thing back then.
Yeah,
And you know, a lot of people they just love being a part of the show, man. And I mean, what can you do? And he was when people love you like that, man. It's hard not to.
they love you, then hate you.
Well, they
know?
love you when things are happening, and when things are going. You know, they just they run you dry. Everyone's susceptible to that, man. All that stuff going on, and back then people didn't know what fame did to people. I think it was a new thing, kinda, and
that could have happened to Edwin Valerio.
yeah, I don't know what happened to him, man.
That's crazy.
That seemed a little bit more than just
well, obviously, yeah,
so, yeah.
No, but I don't know. I just have a good eye for him. I don't know what it is, but
It's his style. He was exciting, man. He was a good boxer.
I feel like that's how I want to be, kind of like him, but a little more technical with my jab. You know what I mean? I want to throw my jab a lot more than him, but like just because he had so much good power that he could be able to do the things he could do.
Probably, you know? I think he had God-gifted power.
He just had that talent to throw the way he threw. Like not anyone could just do that, but I feel like if I have technique behind that, it's gonna be a different game.
Yeah,
you know. But this can be I feel like once we have this generation that's going up in the pros, they have a couple good pros that I can't wait till I go against. You know, but as we speak right now, yeah, I hope I go to nationals, but I think I'm going to Golden Gloves and we're gonna see how that goes. I want to at least win one national before before going to pro. But however it ends by the end of this year, that's what we're going off of.
Yeah. The only thing about this generation, the only thing that's I'm kind of like frustrated with is like I just wish people would fight more, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't gotta fight a grip, but like, dang, you know, like especially when you're starting, I like to see people. I want them to. You can't be fighting twice a year, dude. That's like in your 20s against people you should just
go through them like nothing.
Well, at least.
Well, I know what you mean. Like, have some challenges, but
like get in there more.
Yeah.
You know, get in there more. You can fight people that, let's say you outclass someone. However it works, I just need to see more people. I want to see more of like the prospects.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only thing about this generation. They had a lot of talent. They got a lot going for them, but I need to see.
Yeah.
I like to see them more.
So I know what you mean. You mean by legacy. And that's what I like.
Well, not just that. I want them to develop.
Yeah, that's off of legacy, you know what I mean? Like, to be the best of the best, beat the best of the best, you know? But I feel like most of the prospects, most of them, they think like Mayweather, like it's a business.
Well, I mean, it is, but...
Yeah, it is, but I mean, it kind of sucks to know it's like that. Cause
even Mayweather, though, fought a lot at the beginning.
Yeah, he did, but I feel like he kind of chose and picked his fights too, you know what I mean?
Later on. Yeah, I would say he did later on.
But he still put in that work just to get to that point.
But you got to develop first.
Exactly.
There's a lot of people here that just think they're going to be floored. And it's just like, well, he fought a lot, man. He fought a lot. He fought some tough fights.
Yeah, he earned it.
At the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's not just, it didn't come easy. It wasn't just like, you didn't just step out of the Olympics. And he was an Olympic medalist.
I think he was second.
Bronze or something. I forget. But, so he had that, but you gotta fight, man.
Yeah.
I think it takes away from the fight. I think they could be better if they just develop more. Doesn't matter who they just need to get in there more. I think you rust up if you're not in there. There's nothing like competing in an event as opposed to like sparring. Like that's not the same. You get damaged in sparring if you do it too much, but like get the event going on. You get that experience.
And back to the topic that we were talking about earlier. Who's your current boxer that you not the best?
No, not the best.
It could be the best if you that's what you think. But just someone that either the best or your favorite boxer that you're looking at.
So let me think, because I was a big Triple G fan, and then he retired.
Yeah.
I was a big Triple G fan. So right now, I'm liking a lot. I like Bam Rodriguez. I He's really good. I like Naoya Inoue. I like watching him fight. I just saw him fight. Let me try to think about who else have I seen that's really interesting. I can't really think of anybody big right now that I'm like really like. I'm not the biggest Shakur fan, but I know the talent. If you ask me who the most talented fighter is right now,
I know what you mean.
I might have to say Shakur. I can't believe some of he's unbelievable. His talent is insane.
I don't like the way he fights, but I like the way he fights. If that makes sense, it's just like
when he fights big names, he's still good. Like that's what it's like. Damn, you know.
But we both know that he could do more. Like he's capable, but I feel like I don't know what it is.
I mean, but he doesn't really need to.
Yeah, he doesn't need to.
Like, he's gonna win.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see that argument, but I'm talking as a fan here.
Yeah.
I want to see him press. If he's got a dude that's, you know, he's handling easy, press this fool and take him out.
Yeah.
Now he could say like, well, I just wanna I'm winning anyway, so why do I have to take that chance? Okay, don't then.
Yeah.
And then watch me not care about your next fight then. Yeah. That's up to him. It's his career. He's the one in the ring. I'm not. But as a fan, I like to see people press. Like when Tito Trinidad would press fools, Felix Trinidad, when he press fools, he could finish. I want finishers. That's what I like to see.
That's what I like too.
I like to see boxing skill. I like to see the acumen. I like to see all that, the intangibles. I like it.
But put some entertainment in the air.
But when you can finish, dog, it's beautiful.
But that's why his best friend is Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah, I think Keyshawn Davis very good too.
Yeah, he's really talented. I feel like, well, first they will never fight each other.
That's what they said. We'll see.
I don't think they will.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But I don't feel like they would. I feel like they got too much love for each other. But I feel like Keyshawn might be a little better off of finishing. But
Keyshawn Davis, he does finish more now, but he is at more. He's earlier in his career now. We're starting to really fight some heavy hitters.
Yeah. But I feel like I would say Keyshawn is probably one of my, not favorite, but one of the people I'm like, okay, he's really good. You know what I mean? But I don't know who. I don't really have a good eye yet.
There's a guy named Abdullah Mason. He's very good, and he's good. He gets hit.
Yeah,
like he'll take some chances. I think he's been dropped a couple of times, but not like he got hurt. But I think he takes some chances.
Yeah,
and he gets in there. So Abdullah Mason's pretty good.
I feel like his risks sometimes are a little too like you didn't have to though. You know what I mean? Like,
you don't have to, but hey, man, you want to finish. You want to make it exciting. Sometimes you want to play around with some stuff.
You gotta do it. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta get in there and play with the mud sometimes.
They can be careful all they want, fine, but
then it looks like Shakur then. You know what I mean? But I know exactly what you mean.
Sometimes when there's an imperfect fighter or a fighter with flaws, that sometimes makes for a more fan-friendly fighter. I like the flaws sometimes, man. I don't like there's perfection out there, and then there's the flaws, and I like it. I like to see someone where there's an in. Right now, like if you ask me how does Shakur lose, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I really don't see a lot of flaws or any flaws in his game. I can't see it. Maybe someone that knows boxing better. I can't really see it. The dude's really good. He's really fast. The only flaw in his game is he'll eventually get older. That's it. And maybe the speed won't be there.
Yeah.
Or the reflexes won't be. That's it.
Yeah, that could be something he's down for.
So he should be fighting often so he doesn't have to fight when he's older. And fight more now, man. So later on you don't have to.
Or like Pitbull. He's good, but I feel like that's the reason why I was basically speaking on like I want to be both Shakur and Pitbull. You know, why can't like everyone says like, oh, I want to be like this fighter. Like, why just him? You know what I mean? Why can't you like be like all of them? Like,
I mean, you can.
You know what I mean? Just be versatile. Like, pick them all up. You know what I mean? It's not easy.
No, it's not easy.
No one's gonna say like, oh, like it's easy, but why would you want to stick to just one thing and just be like, oh, I just want good defense? Like, nah. Like Shakur, he has long distance, good reflexes. Pitbull, He has good power. He
Mhm.
goes in. You know what I mean? Like, and you could go down the line with a whole bunch of fighters, right? And if you could just pick one thing up from every good fighter, imagine how good you would become.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Or like, man, I feel like also mentality is one of the biggest things, like in boxing. Like you could be like not even good, but if you have a good mentality, I mean, you don't gotta have that much talent. My bad.
Okay.
That much talent. You could be so good. Like you could reach a lot of goals just because your mentality is different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mentality has a lot to do with it.
It does. I feel like it's one of the main things. If you don't have good mentality, it can be a little difficult.
I don't know how you're gonna get there, man.
Yeah.
You got to have that savage, that winner mentality.
Yeah, that dog. You gotta have that dog.
Got it, man.
Got him.
Yeah.
But I want them to throw a good event here in Tucson. Like,
yeah, I wish we, I like the
Yeah.
shows that we got, but I wish we had more or bigger.
Yeah. Or just more like population, like as in like have some YouTubers come down to Tucson.
I wish.
And have it like kind of like Phoenix is going right now. Like
Mhm.
a lot of more people. Matter of fact, Phoenix is getting even more popular right now.
Absolutely.
Like they're having a lot of more YouTubers, a lot of more streamers, a lot of more people going out there.
Yeah.
And
It's a great city, man. It's a little sketch in some
Yeah.
spots, but it's a great city. And they need to. I like that. I'm trying to help out and stuff like that. I wish they would, man. I wish people would get behind it here
Yeah.
and do, kind of elevate the city a bit. I mean, every city grows, but I wish it was just more stuff, more event type stuff, especially around boxing, not just boxing, but other things. But as far as boxing goes, yeah, and I wish it was more like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish maybe more people get out there and start hustling. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's not gonna be easy, but
It's not gonna be, but yeah, you got to love it first. You can't just
Yeah.
do it for whatever. Like, oh, I want to get rich, I want to be famous. It's like, well, if that's
Yeah.
what you think, go ahead. But I do things because I love it. I love boxing. I love amateur boxing. I love the athletes out there. I love all that stuff, and that's why I do it. And hopefully, just someone takes it somewhere else, and they can do whatever they want with it. But it's the more eyes on it, the better.
exactly.
All right, man. Cool. So let's leave it at that, man. That's a good place to leave it. Don't forget. Hopefully, you got your matches this Saturday, man. June 6th I think it's at Reyes. It's the Hidalgo's show
Event.
their event this weekend. All right, man. I want to thank you again, man. Thanks a lot for joining me, coming in on on the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm all like bugging you up, like, oh, come on in. And not knowing what to expect and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
wanted to kind of keep it that way, but I really appreciate it, man. I hope people see this, and I hope people see you. I hope people see follow your career and stuff like that. And we'll see what happens with you, man.
Perfect.
And we wish you all the luck in the world, man. All the luck.
Thank
We
you.
want good things for you, bright future. All right.
Appreciate
All right, man. Thanks a lot. All right, and everybody out there, like I said, check out the fight and check out the LBC YouTube. Follow up on anything that has to do with the LBC. All right. Thanks a lot. We'll see you at the fights.